You got it. Alrighty, we are back with best and newest with 10 established to new comics who are going to be trying out 3 minutes of new material as well as best material for those who are, you know, in the sort of 1 to 2 year mark in comedy. And we have 2 special guests who are going to be giving live feedback for a minute after each 3-minute sets. We're going to go in rapid fire succession. We have 10 people total, so hopefully this will go real fast. We have 2 other folks joining us a little bit later who are also instructors for Off Mic Comedy School. But the focus for the evening is not those 2 because they're not here yet. It's actually Dan Vetrano, who is one of our fabulous instructors. I took his crowd work class last summer. Honestly, it was huge in terms of making me comfortable hosting shows just like this and dealing with issues like we just had. So Dan is here. Dan, please tell us a little bit more about the 2 classes that you are teaching this fall, and then we'll quickly talk about the sort of feedback format and everything else before we jump into our first comic.
Yeah, thank you, Christine. So I'm teaching crowd work virtually, which sounds wild, but it's going to be very, very fun. These are techniques that I learned from my 10 plus years of doing weird interactive comedy shows and just dealing with hecklers and interruptions, and you know, it's not based off of any comedy book or anything. These are very small personal little sessions that we do, and I think they will be really fun. Stand Up 201, which is kind of what we're showing here, is more just like a collaborative group think where we provide feedback for your stand-up and kind of tighten your material, add tags. So I'm going to be just asking questions about a lot of people's material tonight, just so we can see if we can make it even more relatable, if we can tighten it up, if we can get to the meat of the bit, if we can add tags, all that good stuff. I'm excited.
Awesome. Love it. Yeah, and 201 is exciting. I'm probably going to enroll. So for folks who want to enroll, just send a message to Off Mic Comedy School or leave a message in the Facebook chat. And Sam, who is going to be hosting part of the show and has been working her butt off to get students enrolled for the semester so we can offer an online alternative to some of the more expensive classes that are out there. She will gladly respond and give you information about the classes. We do have a promo code if folks are interested. So yeah, so tonight, again, quick rapid fire 3-minute sets and feedback. We have a special guest, Alejandro, here, who is also a stand-up instructor in Philly. That is the 201 information right there. We have 2 different options, Dan, as well as another instructor, Latisse. Every day of the week, Dan's crowd work class is on Friday afternoons, which actually is a really popular option for folks who are working at night or who can sneak out of their day job and take a 3-hour workshop instead. So Dan, Alejandro, tell us a little bit about your approach for tonight, what you want to highlight when you're talking to folks. It's only a minute, so obviously not a ton of time, but how will you help sort of this range of comics tonight improve with some of the live feedback?
Well, for me, like I said, I'm just going to be asking questions because I know when you write a lot of material, even like experienced comics, like we write material and it's relatable to us because it's in our own voice. And then we take it out into the world and it's not relatable as we thought. So just providing feedback about how we perceive it and having a discussion about it is going to open a lot of, it's going to open bridges to basically, you know, just thinking about different ways that you can take the joke and adding to it. And Alejandro, what about you?
Well, what I'm looking for is really interesting setups and premises. I think really funny comedy comes from fresh perspectives and ground that has not been tread upon before. So definitely looking out for, you know, what people are really talking about when they pick a theme or a topic for their jokes.
Gotcha. Yeah. So kind of a different approach to what you take in your comedy. Cool. Okay. We're also, one thing that we're going to do is Alejandro and I are going to roast each other the entire time. That's an added bonus.
You didn't know you were getting that tonight, did you? No. They are friends. Don't worry. They love each other. Right? Yeah.
Okay. Don't let that go on record.
Let's start the stream again for the 3rd time. Okay. So yeah, super, super excited. Again, lots of courses. We really, really wanted this to be, look, I mean, I'll just tell you a very quick personal story and then we'll get started. We actually have someone who signed up. So Che Guerrero was my stand-up 101 instructor, was also Sam's 101 instructor. It's going to be on later tonight doing some of his newest material for Dan and Alejandro to provide a perspective on. Che told us that he has someone he knew from his childhood who lives in the Bronx who signed up for his 101 class. He would never be able to do this otherwise because he would have to take a train into Manhattan and pay for some super expensive corporate class where the instructor probably didn't really want to be there. So it's really exciting. Not that everybody's going to fit that exact profile, but we really think that being all virtual and having all these options and being affordable and having great, nice, interesting people like this will make it a different, better experience. Super excited. So yeah, with that, I'm going to turn it over to my lovely co-host for the evening, who is also co-teaching a workshop with Paul as well about promoting workshops. Sam and I have a good track record of getting people to come to these shows. So if you're interested in doing that, we're teaching that. Yeah, we both share Che. We share, I don't know, I'm sure we share other stuff, tits and ass. I don't know. We share a lot of stuff. So please give it up for the fantastic, very funny Sam, who's going to take you through the first half of the show. Thank you, Sam. Woo!
Woo!
Oh my gosh. Hey, what a good intro. We share Che and we share tits and ass, which just sounds all so very wrong. And great and awesome. And if I could share tits and ass with anyone, I'm honored that it's you, Christine. So thank you. This is great. Thank you all so much for your patience and for sticking around for the show. We're so appreciative of you, and we're gonna get this thing rolling. As Christine explained, we have comedians who are doing their best sets and some who are doing their newest sets, which is really cool. Our first comedian has performed on shows like Rampantly, LA's Blue Ball, and Contagious. She's also the co-producer of Things That Used to Scare Me. Give it up for Dani Riedel.
Woo!
Yeah.
I think you're on mute, Dani.
Okay, sorry about that. Hey guys, one little bit of good news, I guess. I finally, after a year of struggling, have lost my baby weight. Did I say baby? Because I meant vodka. I am an alcoholic. I have been sober for a year, a little over a year. Not the best year for it. I have spent the last 6 months watching all of you discover the joys of day drinking. Of course, when I did it, it was a problem, but you get it now, don't you, motherfuckers? So please stop judging me. Thank you very much. I was day drinking before it was cool. I was day drinking before it went all mainstream. I was day drinking since before you all discovered avocado toast. Thing about being sober during a quarantine is you have to find other ways to fill the time. So I rewatched some old Disney movies from my childhood, and I'm wondering, did our parents know how fucked up those stories were when we were shown those movies as children?
Mm-hmm.
Like Cinderella did not need a prince and a fairy godmother. She needed child protective services. When you watch a Disney movie as an adult, it's no longer entertainment. You just wonder which princess is going to have which PTSD symptom in her 30s. Except I think for Ariel, I think the Little Mermaid had the most normal childhood of all of them. Except she did have that hoarding issue. Do you guys remember the Little Mermaid was a hoarder? So I figured that gets worse after the movie's over, though. She marries the prince, she becomes human, and she's definitely got a room in Prince Eric's castle where she's hoarding vibrators, because think about it, you guys. The Little Mermaid gets legs, right? Which means she's also got a clit now. And, well, no, I think she always did. I imagine that the mermaid clit is probably, it's just just lift the it's there. But she's definitely got a room in that castle where she's just playing with her toys and singing about it. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Eric thinks this one massages my feet. I've got rabbits and dildos aplenty. I've got bullets and rockets galore. You want Hitachi wands? I've got 20. That's another way I've been dealing with being sober in quarantine. AA meetings, which is, what I call putting fresh batteries in my vibrator. Thanks very much, everybody.
Loved it. So fun. The Pee-wee background, you should bring that to all live stages that you have. Anytime you do a live show, throw the Pee-wee background up there. It was great. I loved the AA meeting joke that you ended on. I feel like that could be like, I don't know if that's a newer joke of yours. Is that a newer joke?
Actually, that's one of the first jokes I wrote
Okay.
when I started doing stand-up a year ago.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely like a strong. It's a strong closer, but it's also a really strong opener because you want your opener to a set to be short and funny and quick. So I feel like I could see that opening a set for sure. I'd say the Cinderella thing I loved too as well. I kind of felt myself because I'm not like a huge Disney guy. I know I'm gay. What's happening? But I kind of felt like I needed to be reminded a little bit, especially when you were going into the Ariel. Like, I don't remember why Ariel was a hoarder. So maybe you might do service to that whole chunk that you had, which was a really good bit, by talking about what made her a hoarder in the original movie. I don't remember. Why was she a hoarder? What made her a hoarder?
Oh, she had like this secret cave full of souvenirs from the guy she had a crush on.
See, that is such a funny detail about the movie. Please do not leave that out, because once people remember that detail about the movie, it's already going to lead to your great bit about mermaid clit, and it's a journey I'm ready for. Alejandro?
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think the set has great bones. To piggyback on what Dan was saying, I thought the Disney princess angle was really great. I think you just want to look into the details of what you're saying. I think open up that premise. You're saying which princess has PTSD in her 30s, and then you talk about Ariel being a hoarder. It's not she has issues. So you're saying all Disney princesses have issues in their 30s, not specifically PTSD. So open up that premise. Same thing with like I lost a baby weight. What did I say? Baby, I meant vodka. Vodka doesn't make you fat. Beer makes you fat. Think about stuff, because people are going to get hung up on that. Yeah. And go, vodka, wait, what fucking, look at Dan. He's skinny. He drinks vodka every fucking day. So open that up.
Okay, first of all, I am not skinny. Yeah, absolutely agreed. Definitely, like, you have, once you give the groundwork for all the Disney characters and why they're fucked up, you can go into, that'll take you right to mermaid clit, as I said. So yeah, great job.
Woo! Thank you.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, Cape May, mermaid clit.
Oh, yes. Okay, Alejandro, I'll punch up that joke later. Maybe add a tag. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, this is fun.
The mermaid clit. I love that. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I want to stay there. I want to go there. That's where my next vacation is going to be. Wildwood, Ocean City, New Jersey. Perfect. I feel like I spent every summer of high school at that exact location. That was so much fun. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. And also, I'm going to totally remember to announce which set everyone's doing. I'm not going to forget this time, you all, so don't worry, I got this. Our next comedian is coming live from New York, which is awesome. One of the reasons why I love doing these virtual shows is that we can have folks from all over the country. She lives in New York, which is amazing. Going to tell us how you're thriving right now. She's the producer of Most Likely to the Yearbook Photo Roast. I need to know exactly what that is. Tell me all about it later. Someone's got some loud noise. We're going to shut that down. Give it up for our next performer who's performing her newest set, Marlenas McMahon-Purk. Tell me if I fucked that up. Woo!
Hey!
Woo!
Thank you, guys. It's Marlenas Look at that. It's Marlenas McMahon-Purk. Eventually I'll get to that. Thanks so much for having me, guys. Yes, my credits is currently person still in New York, because, oh my gosh. So only thing I can say, it's amazing that the rent is finally coming down, so that that dude who had a campaign, the rent is too damn high. Like, we don't have to hear his truck that would go around with his mixtape, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm here, you know, home of the greatest slice, the greatest mice, and the greatest don't make me have to tell you twice. That's the city that I'm in right now. Crime is going nuts. Like every spot in the city that used to have a particular kind of crime before gentrification happened is rolling back to exactly that. So just letting you know, if you're into New York tourism, if you want to die by blade, the Bronx. If you want to die by gunshot, Brooklyn. If you want the real grisly crimes, Manhattan, baby, that's where it's at. The good thing is I will never have to explain what Chelsea was like to people, because that's where I grew up. The bad news is that someone is going to start a true crime podcast about Chelsea now. The true crime being a new podcast about true crime. So, that being said, I'm also face blind. I have to tell people this because I get unfriended a lot, but maybe have a different face from other people. I don't know. I'm tone deaf and I'm losing hair. So I'm voting for Joe Biden. That's what I'm doing. And a lot of, look, we could have had Yang. I don't want to get into that right now. But yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not really for Biden, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. He's Irish Catholic. We don't really do well in the United States of America with Irish Catholic presidents, so you might just get what you want. That's that point. So I did get a new job a couple weeks ago, and oh my gosh, I'm an admin idiot, so I also was very ratchet on my healthcare on my my healthcare thing. I was like, so you say like if you work 9 hours that you could get a free meal, like remotely too? And this woman just started laughing at me, but like, come on, man. So aside from that, what I really paid attention to was the legal department, just so I could find out, can I still make my jokes? And yes, I can. Hands were made for holding, arms were made for hugging, not the pain and discomfort of moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis, okay? Don't get it twisted, all right? I move weight, not just during quarantine because I gain and lose it, but I sell those drugs. I just realized like the names of the drugs are either one of two things. They're either like robot names or they are like hood names, right? You'll get like Rinvoq and then Trianda, or you'll get Xeljanz and Otezla, like all things that sound like they could fuck up your life or somehow make it better. But that's where I'm at. I already cried in the office bathroom. I work remotely. It's been that kind of ever. So is that, where are we on time?
That should do it. Good to go.
What happened?
You're good. You're good. That's 3 minutes.
Hell yeah. Give it up for Marlenas.
Thanks, guys.
Marlena's always so fun. Always love watching you. The very end there, I feel like there was an opportunity for a joke that I want to explore. You said you're working remotely and you cried in the office bathroom, which is just your bathroom, right? I feel like I got the joke, but I feel like you can clean up that joke a little bit where you
Correct.
say like, I just got done crying in the office bathroom, which is sad, but I work remotely, so at least it's my bathroom. Something like that. Just kind of like change the setup so the reveal is that you work remotely. You said work remotely first, and I feel like that should be the punchline. I loved, I mean, it was really just fun. I wanted to hear a little bit more about the characteristics of Chelsea. I mean, I'm from New York, but I feel like if you're doing virtual shows with people from all over the country or just wherever, like, I wanted to hear more about the characteristics of Chelsea before you started going in on it, because I know, and you know, but tell everyone what Chelsea people are really like.
Sorry, it's been so much in the news that I'm like, I don't know it, but yes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so I have not been reading the news. So how about
Oh,
that?
no, I'm saying, like, that's why I was remiss in that. So, no, you're good. Thank you for that.
The borough crimes were really funny. I feel like you can make them even more specific, like if you go into like the Brooklyn ones, instead of like, they were very all like kind of general ones, but you could make, you know, getting run over by a fixed gear bike, some sort of, you know, like very Brooklyn, but 2020 thing.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
That is perfect. Thank you.
Alejandro, what you got?
Actually, the same notes. I thought that death tourism in New York City was a very fun premise. And I definitely thought there was room to do sort of like a rule of threes thing. Like, you want to get stabbed, go to the Bronx. You want this, go to Queens. If you want to die of a drug overdose that's only available in the Congo, Williamsburg. That kind of, just like Dan was saying. It's really ridiculous. Like,
those don't exist anymore. It's crazy. But yes.
But really good set. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Woo, woo, woo. Give it up for Marlenas. Woo. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I love a good New York comedian. This is like I just want to hear this all day long. Like, tell me pizza, Subways. Like, I love it. I'm here for it.
I want to hear more robot names for pills. Please write more robot names.
We're all real.
So make some fake ones. It's totally fine. No one knows.
Gosh, I love that. Is that like Hitchbot? Is that like the pill that you use on your wedding night? Is that the robot pill? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I took Hitchbot and I still got pregnant. Let's look at
What? Right? Oh my goodness. Wow, that was so much fun. We have another comedian coming up from all over. Wait, I'm so Philly. I like don't leave this city, so I don't even know like what else is out there. So I'm just like trying to make up places. We have a comedian coming from all the way in California. Oh my gosh, I know. It's so exciting. This comedian's in San Francisco. He is a Bay Area. I don't even know what that means. It means nothing to me. He is a Bay Area-based comedian and actor. He received his BA in theater at San Francisco State University, where he performed in the heartfelt play, The Laramie Project. Aw, don't make me cry. And also, Gary has done comedy all over the Bay Area, including I believe SF stands for San Francisco Sketch Fest and Mutiny Radio Comedy Festival. Please give a big round of applause for Gary Hughes. Woo!
All right, thanks. Woo! I had no idea that you were going to read that whole bio. I thought it was just, I didn't know that's why I had to send that bio and I would have put something else. Sorry.
Adorable.
Right,
it was adorable.
When I see baristas post a latte art, it screams out, "Help, I can manipulate this foam, but I can't pay off my grad school loans." Just to switch it and get real serious, I got Kaiser through my healthcare, finally opened up. I did like general blood work and urine work, and it came back I was positive with chlamydia. Cool. So I panicked. I called my homie, and first thing he says, he's like, "Blame it on 2020, bro. Blame it on 2020. 2020 is a terrible year, man." And I was like, "I want to do that, but you can't call nobody. Like, you won't believe what 2020 did to me." And it may have done it to you. You might want to get tested. 2020 is out here. He gave me some perspective, though, because he was like, "Bro, it's a quarantine. Everybody's on a dry spell, and you out here catching shit." And I'm like, "Yeah." So they tell you to tell people 3 months prior to when you found out. So I had to tell 4 different people. I had to tell the girl I'm currently dating, right? And I was kind of scared. And my buddy, he was like, "Bro, tell her after dinner. People think better on a full stomach." I was like, "All right, after dinner." So, but she like right away while we like cooking dinner, she like got it out of me right away, right? And then she didn't react that like badly. So I was like, okay, it's cool. Then I had to tell like a 50-year-old British woman, right? So I meet her at the and I take off her oxygen tank. No, I'm just joking. She did not have an oxygen tank. But I tell her, I tell her I get serious. I'm like, I got tested positive chlamydia. You might want to get tested. And she was like, wow, I'm so disappointed. I thought you actually wanted to hang out with me. And I was like, did you hear what I just said? We don't have time to address your loneliness in this motherfucker. Like, look, man, just go get tested. You might have something. We ain't got time to address all that loneliness. Right. And then I have to tell her, I hit another girl up on Instagram. I told her to call me because it's not something I want to have like written all over the world. Like, you don't want to have you people screenshot. You never know what people do. You know what I mean? And I don't want to misspell it. I didn't want you to be reading like, hey, get tested. You got charisma. Like, what? I got charisma. I got charisma. I appreciate it. So that was very bad. And then I had to tell another girl, and she didn't react badly. And so they all got tested, and then they turned out they were all negative. And then I felt really bad because I was like, oh, I'm the only one with the dirty genitals. Oh, this ain't cool. This is not cool. I started thinking of all kind of crazy shit. I was like, man, James Bond, he be fucking all the wild girls. He ain't got an STI. He got to have something. I need somebody to join me with me. I need somebody to be with me or something. It was pretty weird because of my lifestyle. I got chlamydia when I could have avoided it if I was just using lifestyles. So that would have worked out. You ever have don't wrap it up. You ever have an ex try to be nice with their words, but they hurt you anyway? I had an ex-girlfriend, and she liked another guy while we were together, and I addressed it. I was like, why do you like that guy? You're with me. And she was like, look, I like him, but Gary, I love you. And I was like, look, all I hear is L words, and I don't like or love it. All right. My name is Gary Hughes. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Woo! Great job. Oh my God, so funny. I loved your opener. I wanted to hear more about 2020 chlamydia. And I liked the direction that you were going. I mean, so you have like a big chunk of material here, probably like you're working on like a 2-minute bit, it sounds like, which is good. I liked the James Bond direction where you were kind of took a bit of a detour to question like how James Bond gets away with all of his STDs. I feel like that's a fun detour that you could explore a little more, is like, what would James Bond do in this situation? How does he hide all of his STDs? I loved that. I also loved the idea that you said that why did you have to explain this to a 50-year-old British woman? What was that about?
I had recently had sex with her.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, to tell these people.
I didn't even realize. Yes, you said I had to explain it to a 50-year-old British woman, and I didn't even think that you had sex with her. I just thought that you had like run into her on the street and was like, well, I should probably tell you. Okay. Gotcha. So that's great. I love the thing about how you made it seem like she had an oxygen tank because she was 50 years old.
I'm so sorry for that.
It is funny. I mean, it's funny because, just the fact that you painted this picture that she's 50 years old and she's British. She must need an oxygen tank. You don't need an oxygen tank for either of those things, but include British part of it. It was silly. I liked it. I don't know. Alejandro, what do you think?
I agree with Dan once again. I thought the opening joke was really strong. I love that. I love a fast, good joke to kick things off because it makes everybody relax. I think that is a very nice move. I love that a lot. I think the revealing the chlamydia thing to people was a great premise. I thought the only feedback I have was that the third girl you said didn't have a very strong reaction, and then you say they all tested negative. So I felt like the air got kind of let out of the bit at that point because the third girl didn't do anything funny. Where I think if she had like not a very strong reaction, there's probably something you can find that's punchliney about it.
That's definitely a good point. Yeah, you need to heighten. So that third girl, you can just lie, honestly. Comedy is
embellish.
Comedy is totally a lot of lying. So
no, she didn't care. Like, it's funny that she'd be so blunt. She's like, chlamydia, get out of here. Boring. Kid stuff. You know?
Yeah. Make up the third girl. Just write whatever you want for that one.
Yeah, say no more.
And definitely tell us more about how 2020 gave you chlamydia. I like that.
Thank you.
Good job.
Appreciate it.
Woo! Give it up for Gary Hughes. One more time. Oh my gosh. Wow. That was giving me like flashbacks to the beginning of 2020 for me, where I also had chlamydia, Gary. And I think the worst part about it is having to call. I mean, you're lucky. You only had to call like 3 people. I feel like I had to call 10 people, and that was the worst part of 2020 for me so far, you know. Those 10 phone calls were the worst 10 phone calls I made in my life. Truly, truly, truly was. Awesome. That was so much fun. I love seeing comedians from not Philly. Not that I don't love my Philly people, but it's just so refreshing to see folks from across. Where are you, across the world? I don't even know where San Francisco is.
So Philly to not know.
I've never left the tri-state area. We definitely have vacations at the shore. Anyway, we have a comedian coming up who is also so Philly. This is like a double Philly feature for you right now. He didn't get to give us his credits. We just made them up for him, which is why they're not going to be as lovely as Gary Hughes. So ready for this? This person is definitely not in San Francisco, but it says he is. He's the host of Makeup or Breakup. He's part of Nacho Crew, and he is a proud adoptee. Give it up for John Deary.
Woo!
Thanks, guys. I also, since you made it up for me, didn't get to mention, I have a BA in English from Georgetown University. So if you guys want to know that, you know that.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is great. This is a perfect setup. Danny's background is Pee-wee's Playhouse, and actually Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which does not take place in the Playhouse. This is a different house of his. He has a lot of houses, I guess. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is one of my favorite movies, and I really wanted to watch it with the girl I was dating. I was like, you gotta see this movie. It's great. I love it. And she was like, gross. Didn't that guy jerk off in a movie theater? I was like, yeah, but also you've jerked me off in a movie theater. Like, what is this double standard? Is it less than to do someone? I don't understand. Also, he did it at a porn theater. Like, that's literally what that's for. You know? I'd be more concerned if he just went to see the movie and just sat there and watched it. He jerked me off during Frozen 2. Did not ask for that. It wasn't even when my preferred sister was on screen. I didn't need it. Days go well for my birthday. The woman I'm dating, she said, I didn't get you a gift, but we could do anal. Really? You didn't get me a gift. That's not thoughtful at all. You didn't give me, anal isn't a gift. You gave me a project. That's what you gave me. You could have at least gotten the lube. So I had to go get my own lube. You gave me a project and an errand. Like, this is ridiculous. So I kind of shot down the gift idea. She's like, I thought you'd be excited. You're like, you love eating my ass. You don't want to fuck my ass. And I was like, it's nothing against your ass. It's just that, like, there's a lot of things I like eating, but don't need to fuck, I would say a majority of things I eat, I don't also fuck. And also, like, vaginas are great, I've no complaints.
Yeah.
I've never been having sex with a vagina and been like, what this could use? I really hit the spot. I am doing new jokes. These were new jokes when I was last performing comedy in March. We are no longer together. I'll close up. We were seeing a couples therapist. Obviously, he failed. And I kept him as a therapist. He's my therapist now because he did such a good job making our relationship work. And this is actually the second relationship extended where I got a therapist. The first one was with my parents, and then this one. I'll get out of here on this. I am a straight man, but
Ew.
whenever
Meh.
Take that part out.
Meh.
if I ever get a dick pic, I always send one back because I am competitive. That's me. Thanks.
Woo!
I didn't hear the last punchline. So you never send them back because what?
Oh, I always send one back
Are you-
because I'm competitive.
That's great. A couple of notes. So when you say you're a straight man, you should probably apologize for that. That was a part where I was like, why isn't he sorry? Okay. So I loved it. On so many good jokes. When you were talking about foods that some things you like to eat but not fuck, I thought that maybe you were going to say something like, that's why I never got into the movie American Pie. Am I right? Okay. Some apple pie jokes.
My jokes need more 20-year-old movie references.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. You're correct. The Pee-wee joke, though, on a serious note, the Pee-wee joke up top, I really loved. You know, I love Pee-wee. I think you could even tighten that joke by just saying, because I know you had like a follow-up with the porn thing. I think you can just say like, oh, you're upset that he jerked off in a porn theater? You jerked me off in a non-porn movie theater. Like, and just to have that contrast. And then what was your tag for that?
I don't remember. That was minutes ago.
It was something about how like, oh yeah, and then you can still keep that thing like,
yeah.
It's a porn movie theater. I mean, it's I would be more. I like that tag that you had about would be alarming if he just sat there with his hands folded in a porn movie theater. I don't know, Alejandro. Any thoughts?
I'm just sending John my dick pic. I'm just dying to know if I have a bigger dick than John.
Probably not. I'm actually thinking for the first time.
Whoa.
She really saved herself by saying for the first time.
No, I loved all that. I'm such a big fan of John Deary's comedy. I think the couples. Never heard you talk about couples therapy before, and I think that is such a cool premise, and I would want to hear so much more about that.
For sure. Thank you.
Absolutely. I also wrote down the words I have to get, and I don't know, is that the setup for one of your jokes?
I have to get.
Yeah. Does that sound familiar or what? Well, I guess you'll never get that tip. But thank you, John. Thank you. That was great.
Woo woo!
Woo! Clap it up for John Deary.
Woo!
Ow, ow.
Ow!
That was fun. Oh my gosh. John, give me like some of what you're on. That was amazing. You're, the happiest I've ever seen you. What's up? That was amazing.
It is 8 hours of sleep a night.
I get like 9. I'm a baby. I drink water. You know what I'm saying? What am I doing wrong? But we'll talk later. That was so much fun. I love that. That was such a happy set. I'm really, really glad to see that. I'm really excited for our next performer. You have definitely already met her. You definitely love her. I definitely love her. She gave me this. I love her. She gave me this desk that I'm using right now. You guys, I would be on like my bed hunched over like an animal without this. Seriously. You have seen her at Punchline, Good, Philly Improv Theater. She produces 8 original shows, both in real life and virtually. She's also the creator and the CEO of this very school right here. Give it up for Christine Ann Olivas.
Yeah, I just have to reiterate one more time, like, John, dude, I don't know. I'm not going to make a specific comment, but yeah, you seem like your big dick energy is like out of control.
Woo!
Give it up more time for John and his dick that is slightly larger than Alejandro.
Slightly.
Just ever so slightly. All right. Single women that want kids but can't date during the pandemic, there is hope. Because Sperm can survive in a dead man's body for up to 36 hours. I'm just saying, if COVID continues, women will finally have our pick of the litter, you guys. Who do you want to die first? John Deary, right? I'm just saying. Look, back in the spring, so I cut contact. You guys know my father's a minister. I cut contact with him back in the spring. As an atheist, there are a lot of reasons why we did not get along, but the biggest reason why we broke up is because I declined an invite to his goddamn Zoom church service. You know why I declined that invite? Because I didn't want to hear God say for the fucking 1,000th time, sorry, I was on mute. I'm just saying, God, turn on your video. We already don't think you exist, okay? I was also super fucking mad at my dad for homeschooling me until I was 14. Kids now don't know how good they have it. They have Zoom, smartphones, tablets, sophisticated technology. Back when I was homeschooled, I had a Bible, a pen and paper, and the back of my mom's electric toothbrush.
Oh.
I'm just saying, don't worry. She has horrible oral hygiene. She's always had a lot of plaque. She didn't notice when I put it back. My Christian parents were pretty fucked up. They told me that sex was when a man and a woman come together under the watchful eye of God. First of all, men and women never come together. So thanks for setting my unrealistic expectations. Literally has never happened. Second of all, why the fuck is God watching us have sex with his watchful eye, okay? Is he just a pervert?
Yeah.
Or is he a fiend for technique? He's like, come on, John, for this 1,000th time, use your tongue clockwise. Che, stop asking her if she's come yet. If she did, you'll know. Or maybe he's like, fucking A, Joseph, if you want to make the Lord and Savior, you gotta fuck Mary gently. God's gonna fucking take over, I'm telling you. And I told that joke at a, Dan was there actually, I told that joke at a pub once. A woman was so angry that she went home and she wrote a review on Facebook and said, whoever told that woman in the tight dress, I don't know why that detail matters, but whoever told that woman in a tight dress that she was funny should have their tongue cut out. Joke's on her, because God told me. Just saying, who's fucking sacrilegious now? Also, last thing, you guys ever seen a kid at the checkout counter at a store like screaming for like candy or like a toy that they want? That was what my ex-husband did every time he wanted me to deep throat. Like, Christine, why can't you be like those porn stars and just choke on it?
Oh.
I'm like, that is so fucking offensive because you have to have a hard cock for me to do that. I'm just saying, if it's not hard, it's not deep throating, it's shallow mouthing. That's all I got. Big dick energy.
Amazing. Well, I will let Alejandro talk all about shallow mouthing. I loved it. I feel like some of the details that you move past sometimes are really fun. Like this woman who was so upset, because I was there at that comedy show, this woman who was so upset at your comedy set where you're just making fun of God and you're sacrilegious. She described you as a woman in a tight dress. Why was she so upset about your dress being tight? That was the first thing she got to. And then she's like, oh, also she shit on the Bible. She basically burned it. She was talking about Mary, but the thing was, her dress tight. Okay. There's got to be something there. I don't know what it is, but I just love when people that are trying to give you a really hard time clearly give out a little bit about themselves. Like there's clearly something she has going on there. Walk me through your dead sperm joke, your opener. I want to know. Can I hear it one more time?
Yeah. So I think I shortened it too much. It's usually much longer, but I'm like, I'll give you the slightly longer version. So it's, if you're single during the pandemic as a woman, that's hard enough. If you're single and you want kids, like you're kind of shit out of luck, unless you realize one important fact, that sperm can survive in a dead man's body for up to 36 hours. And then basically like the punchline is supposed to be that like, if people die during COVID, women can finally choose the man of their dreams.
So, if all men die.
well, who do we want to die first, right? Like, I'm picking through the graveyard trying to find LeBron James. I don't know.
I don't know why I'm thinking that you're like the very over-sexual Tomb Raider, which was already over-sexual enough. Like you're just digging up old tombs for dick. Like,
yeah, it's like, listen, at least I know they don't have COVID, all right? They're dead.
There's no waiting period, yeah.
Yeah, so that's like a nice thing about a dead person is that they definitely don't have COVID, tested positive. But
they also support Trump, or at least don't anymore, like any of that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, their politics are good at this point. So honestly, I think what Shay and I are getting at is if you're going to talk about having sex with dead people, go all in. And really just find the positive attributes about doing something so disgusting.
Yeah.
I also want to say I loved the God on Zoom stuff. I think you could even hit that punchline harder with like, all right, listen, if you're gonna keep saying you exist, the least you could do is turn your camera on. Am I right? Something like that. Really give it some ham. Alejandro?
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, listen to Dan because Dan is the original cum raider. So. I want to give you props for the back of my mom's electric toothbrush joke because you did a really elegant thing where you kind of didn't let people know that you were about to drop the punchline and you just kind of slid it in there and let people go, ha 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 ha. Like that was like really, really good. I love that rule of threes. I love how you did that. And I agree with Dan. I think there's something really interesting about the fact that sperm continues to live in a dead man's body that I wanted to hear. Does it?
It's actually 36 hours. You can still get pregnant from a dead man's sperm up to 30. The average is 36. Some it's lower depending on their Mountain Dew consumption. But
sounds like we need a new reality show called 36 Hour Fiance.
No, stay on set.
36 Hour Seance. Yep, there you go. Put that in your little couch.
That's good.
Weekend at Spermies.
Put that in your bit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
really rich material. I think it's something that you say and people go, what, really? And then they want to hear more.
Yeah, absolutely. Like talking about how dead men might be better than the living men that you're dated. There's definitely something there. So great job. I loved it. It was silly. I love the toothbrush thing as well. Great job.
Thank you.
Woo! Give it up for Christine Ann Olivas. Ow, ow!
Woo!
That was awesome. Oh my gosh, so much fun. When are we going to go walking around the graveyards for men? There's a lot of good ones going right now, so I'm down, girl. Awesome. That was so much fun. We are almost about to close out our first half. We have one more performer who is performing her newest set. We have this person coming in from Chicago, which is super exciting. They are the founder of Hey Now Comedy, Silk Road. I think they're the founder of Hey Now Comedy. She's also been at Silk Road International Comedy Festival and Comedy Credit Podcast. Tell me if I messed that up. Give it up for Erica Switzer. Woo!
Woo!
Damn, you didn't mess the credits up, but you messed the name up. So my name is Erica Switzer, and I'm a Black woman with a German name that used to teach English to French kids in the middle of Shanghai, China.
Mm.
Wow. That shit right there. I used to love my job. I used to take it seriously. I would teach my kids the classics like Macbeth. But with Kanye West is Macbeth. Good old President Ye. Kim Kardashian is Lady Macbeth, you know, the original clout chaser. I do believe it was Shakespeare who wrote, "Avast, she be a gold digger. And the lady doth protest a broke nigga." See? Teach my kids those classics. And you might be wondering, what's a sister from Chicago doing in the middle of China teaching kids? I tell you, getting in good with our future overlords. That's what's up. I'm divorced. I was a 38-year-old Black woman in China looking for love.
Oh.
That was bullshit, okay?
Oh.
And in Chinese culture, if you're a woman in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're still not married, you're considered a leftover woman. I am reheated. And when I got divorced, I'll give you a little background on me. My ex-husband was white, my ex-boyfriend Black, current boyfriend white. So if you take a graph of my love life, it looks like a chessboard. But I'm the queen. Because I'm always checking my mates, you know? And when I got divorced, the movie Black Panther had just come out. So here I am in the middle of the movie theater looking at these deep, dark, chocolatey, shiny warriors just glistening in their destiny. I wanted to come home, brothers. Gary, I'm looking at you. I wanted to let a brother hit. But alas, my badge has been recolonized, so. When I came home last summer, I wound up meeting up with a guy who's not my usual type. He's short, he's skinny, he's got long blonde hair. And when he turns around, he looks like a hot Ukrainian chick. Hot is still hot though, right? I mean, he's a beautiful boy and I'm a handsome girl, so it works out. You guys ever seen those couples where the guy is hot, he's like model hot, and then you look at the girl like, he must have some good pussy. It's amazing. He's white, but he's Black where it counts. The first dick pic he sent me last August is still downloading. I mean, this dick is so big for us, sex is social distancing. And I don't know what I did to get lucky with White Mandingo, but it has been amazing. Being from Chicago, he has a real hardcore Chicago accent. So when we're having foreplay, you know, foreplay for him sounds like, "Ah, yeah, baby, get it hot for daddy." And I'm like, that's all right, because during sex, I like to imagine that my vagina sounds like a big buff Black dude from Brooklyn with a 2-pack a day habit, wears Timberlands and owes child support, you know? So for me, sex is like, "Oh yeah, daddy, that feel good. Yeah, that's my spot. I'm about to come. Dead ass. I'm about to come." America Switzer, y'all have been fantastic.
Yes.
Whoa, yeah.
That was such a great set. I love the joke so much. For his dick is so big. When we have sex, it is social distancing. I think that is just so funny. And that's my feedback, is that joke is so funny. Your set was great. I loved, I feel like I wanted to hear more about what it's like being the leftover comparison. I feel like that was a really funny thing that you could have even done a couple more little bits about, like a leftover. What was your joke for that again? The what did you call it?
Leftover woman. It is a cultural term over there. So they love it over there when I'm
Yes, yeah. But so then there was a follow-up that you had that related to leftovers, like food. Reheated, yes, thank you. Oh my God. Reheated, also another great highlight. I feel like you could maybe add some tags to that, but I don't know what they are right now. I drank a drink. And I loved the president. I specifically loved that you said President Yay. I think you could even be maybe even more casual with it and be like, Kanye West. Oh, I'm sorry, President Yay. If you really just were in earnest said that, that would just make it even sillier. But great job, Alejandro.
I also very much enjoyed the leftover woman analogy. I think you have great delivery and excellent timing. I love watching you talk. I could listen to you talk forever. The only feedback I have is that I think the chess metaphor has more in it, because you said, I'm like the queen on the chessboard. I'm always checking people. And I think you can follow that up with more chess analogies. The queen on the chessboard can knock anybody out. She's always waiting, and the king can do basically nothing. The king on the chessboard does nothing, can move one direction. The queen can do anything she wants. So I would explore more tags for that, because I think it's rich.
Yeah, absolutely. Great set. I agree. I just could not stop laughing. I loved it.
Oh my God. Well, give it up one more time for Erica. That was amazing. Met on Facebook, and you have brought a lot of joy and laughter to everybody. So thank you. Hopefully we can work together in the future. Yeah, let's cheer one more time for Erica and for Dan and Alejandro. They're doing a really awesome job giving very constructive, helpful feedback. All right, so I'm taking over as host now, which means that I get to return the favor for our first half host. You know her. She's done an incredible job promoting this school on social media. All the shows that we do, I don't know, the lowest number we've ever had on a show is like 25. We had 200 during the pandemic. We have really, really, really done a great job. Let's also not forget Paul. They've also done an amazing job with tech. Shit happens with technology. We recover. Paul, Sam, and I have, done a lot of shows together. I'm really proud with the work that we've done. And I'm super proud of Sam for getting the folks in the room. We've got between 18 and 30 watching the stream at any given time, plus all of us. So fantastic job. She co-produced No Mo Sexual FOMO with me, which is all about the moments, the insects that we wish we could have done over. Dan was there. It was awesome. Fools for Good, the shows that I just mentioned. A storytelling show that's coming up in person, socially distanced, of course, on Sunday called Shh, I'll Never Tell. It's a storytelling show. Everything related to Off Mic, and she is about to drop her podcast, but don't worry, it will not be like other dude podcasts. It'll be great, right? So please give it up for the lovely co-host, Sam Kapp.
Hey.
That was so good. I love this intro music on here. That was fantastic. Although I'm a little disappointed you didn't play WAP, but it's cool. It's fine. If we did, we get our stream booted or whatever. It's fine. I get it. Thank you all so much. This has been so much fun. All the performers earlier have just been amazing. Can we just clap it up for everyone who went before me? Just one more time. They were so good. I did that particularly because Erica was so funny, and I am not going to hit anywhere near that. And I just wanted to clap. I just wanted to hear laughter and claps for a minute or two. Just kidding. That was so much fun, Erica. I was so glad I got to see you perform. That was awesome. I am a type A vegan stoner. Yes, it's weird. Type A vegan stoner. I go to the grocery store when I'm sober. but then I get home and I get stoned and I don't feel like cooking. I did this the other day and I was like, thought the easiest thing that I could make would be a kale salad. The only thing that doesn't taste good, even when you're stoned, fucking kale.
Oof.
Yeah. It still tastes terrible no matter what you do to it. I even try and take my kale to the next level. You're supposed to massage it. Does anyone know this?
Yeah.
Yes, it's true. It helps to remove the bitterness in the kale. And you can do it with salt, lemon juice, vinegar, oil, whatever you're into. And it really does work. I'm up in my house every day, like massaging my kale. And I laugh because I had an ex-boyfriend who for 5 whole years would beg me to give him massages. And I never did. And I look back and wonder if perhaps that would have helped to remove the bitterness in him too. Probably not though. Did anyone else get haunted by their exes during this quarantine? Thirsty exes? Anyone? No? I can't be the only one with thirsty exes, right? Okay. I see some half hands. All my exes were super thirsty during this quarantine. Everyone was hitting me up. I was checking out one of their profiles and he's like, I had a great year until I was hit by a car on my bicycle. I then lost the ability to work with my hands. I lost my job and I lost my apartment. I was like, damn it, I fucked another homeless guy.
Oh.
Why does this keep happening to me? But I was on a dating app a while ago and I was showing a friend of mine this new guy I had started talking to. He was just my type at the time. Tall, huge muscles, emotionally unavailable, so perfect for me. And she looks at his picture and she's like, Sam, do you ever get nervous when you do online dating and you meet men who are so big and strong that on your first date, this man, he could just choke you? And I was like, no, I'm not nervous about that. He better choke me. What else are those big muscles used for? My mom's not like a lot of moms. She's really cool. My mother loves abortions. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I'm not even making this up. She actually loves them. I know what you're thinking. You're like, what? She must hate them. She is a volunteer handholder at Planned Parenthood. Yeah. This means that while people are actively having abortions, she's in the operating room with them pre-COVID, you know? And she's holding their hands and like stroking their foreheads and saying, it's going to be all right, honey. It's going to be okay. You're doing a great job. You just helped reverse climate change. But she's a cool mom, you know, and she's like we get along like so well. And she's like very excited that I have a new relationship. And she called me the other day and she said just the sweetest thing to me. She was like, oh, Sammy, I just can't wait for you to get pregnant one day so that I can hold your hand during your abortion. But she's like, she's cool. She's very concerned I'm going to get accidentally knocked up because I'm not on birth control. But I always tell her there's no need for you to worry about that because I am very, very careful. I never let a man come inside of me until I've asked him one important question, which is, have you ever gotten someone pregnant? And if the answer is no, then we're good to go. Nothing to worry about. That's my time, everyone. I'm Sam Cap. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Really fun stuff. Yeah, I feel like your material is very relatable and accessible and very easy to follow. I think you can punch up some stuff. I loved the whole like muscles thing. Like, so it's a guy who has muscles and somebody said to you they were worried that he might choke you. Is that what it was?
That's right.
Okay. And then you said he better choke me. I think you'd even hit that harder and be like, are you kidding? I'm worried that he won't choke me. I'm worried that he's going to use those muscles for good. I'm worried he's going to use those muscles for something that won't make me come. Like, I don't know, push-ups are on his own. I don't know. You can figure out some sort of activity that certainly does not make you come, but still gets muscles. You can hit that harder. I liked when you were describing the like person who like all this bad stuff happened to them, but you set it up like being like exes like reaching out to you, like as if like they're hitting on you and, you know, like thirsty and stuff. So then you started describing all this stuff. I felt like there was a moment for you to be like, oh, you know, he was hit by a vehicle. He lost his apartment. I know. Thirst trap. Okay. Because you set it up as if he's like, as it's an ex. So when you're describing all these terrible things and being like, listen, I know that I fucked a lot of homeless guys, but this is not going to help you. Okay. Something like that. And then the thing with the kale, I liked. I also think there's an opportunity for there because kale is something that so many people hate. It's usually when you get in front of an audience, I mean, you know, yes, there might be a vegan or two, but most people hate kale.
Oh, hi, Dan Vitrano.
Hello, who's that? who is
Looks like we got Jake Mattera in the stream
Jake
now.
Mattera, and I think, is it, I can't see, let me bring up his screen. Okay.
Looks like a murderer. I'm not sure. We can just see like a scary looking head, you know?
Well, that's nice.
Sorry, I don't know you. I don't know you.
I can't see who it is because they're fading into the background, but I will see very shortly. But yeah, with the kale thing, it just feels so weird to be like, I'm sorry, some person just said, oh, hi, Dan Vitrano. With the kale thing, you know, I feel like you could just say, I finally got so high, I figured it out. Something about like just discarding it or throwing it out. I feel like you kind of lost me a little when you tried to make a cause for the kale. Most artists hate kale. so just don't be afraid to go in on kale is my note. Alejandro?
I loved was it your dad holding people's hands at the abortion clinic?
My mom, she does. Yeah, she does that.
Yeah, that, and then I thought there was more when she was like, you're helping with climate change. And then you moved on, but I think there's more there. I think there's definitely like, that's very interesting. It's admirable and it's weird. So it's like, I liked it a lot.
Thank you. That was so great. Thank you both so much.
Great job. So fun. Loved it.
Give it up one more time for Sam. I have turned off Jake's video just because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Very serious feedback session, and we don't want any interruptions. I don't know. I liked that criticism where they said, "Oh, hi, Dan Vitrano."
Yeah.
That's good feedback.
Really, that one cut deep, right?
Yeah, I have to go. I've got some rewriting to do.
Jake says he was hacked, but I'm just glad he's here because he will be closing out the show, and that is going to be a lot of fun. But first, we have 4 more amazing comics. Newest is coming, one of our newest. So she's experienced, she's amazing. I met her online. She lives in Omaha, Nebraska, and runs a bunch of awesome online shows, mics that I think a few folks here have been on. I know definitely Gary, Danny, me. One is through the Backline Theater. There's an Anarchy mic that's co-hosted with Erica from Hawaii that's like super late. I think it's later tonight. Contagious, which is a Friday afternoon show. And my favorite show title ever, Babes in Joyland. That's so cute. And Comedic Therapy. She has an amazing laugh. We heard it earlier. And a really beautiful bedroom. So yeah, and she has, well, I actually won't say it because it might be one of your jokes. I'll say it later. She's amazing. She's amazing. Her name is Brooke Barsell. Please give it up for her, all the way from Omaha. Woo!
Yeah. Thank you, Christine. I don't mean to kill the room, but I love kale. Christine didn't want to make a Majora deal out of it, but I've got big clit energy. I mean, you couldn't put your finger on it, you know? You're like trying to figure it out. Like, there's something extra. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Big clit. I mean, like, I did. I had to do some research. I had to go online, and you need to be careful, just researching that alone. Like, okay, first of all, spelling. I was looking at Volvos. I'm like, I don't look like that. It must be, I don't know. So first mistake. Second, there's so much clickbait. a lot. There's a lot. You gotta be careful. I found something out that I didn't like, because I'm all about just accepting the way things are. You can't change it necessarily. It might flop a little bit more to the left than to the right, but it doesn't have to be symmetrical, right? All flowers are beautiful in their own right. So there's something called a hoodectomy I discovered. Have you heard of it? You might not have. It's a scientific procedure that they do. It's not very common. I only recommend it if sex is super painful, if they're like you have to pull them away, like they're really out there. Otherwise, let your flora fly or flap. They say to tighten it up, but I'm like, it's just fun to stretch it out and play with it a while. I could. Labias. She's got a hood. She's a little shy, needs a little compliments. Compliments work pretty well. Even a dick joke or a dick serious would be nice. She's got a water feature, which is really cool. Really. I didn't even know about it for a long time. Now I'm hooked. Too bad not everyone knows where to go, and they don't teach cliteracy in school. Just not on the curriculum. Things they should be making a more majora deal out of it, I want to tell you about the Clitty Fairy, but I can't tell you the whole story. It takes a while, but I want to say just super good vibes, Zzz, zzz, zzz. Real good vibes. I think you'd vibe real well with the Clitty Fairy. How do you wrap that up? The WAP, the water slides. I love Christine and her little clip that she's not showing me, just told me about. Someday we'll staple. Stapling is when you just touch clits. Yeah. My name's Brooke Barsell. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh my God. I was not prepared to come on this show tonight and give feedback for 3 minutes of clit jokes. Puns. Puns.
It's fully well written. Puns.
Brooke, your last name is Barsell. I gotta ask, is that Clitalian?
Oh. Oh.
I didn't know that all of these jokes were on the clitinerary. Okay. I don't have much feedback other than to say really hit flora flap, because I love those two words together, and I feel like that should come harder and quicker. Okay. Yeah, just let your flora flap is just such a fun little tag to say after you said that pun. There's got to be something in there with Volvos. There's got to be a tag there. They are the safest car with something. They're for soccer moms. I mean, it's an avenue. It's an avenue. But yeah, I thought you had big WAP energy. I loved it. It was great. Alejandro.
You're on mute.
Am I on mute?
No, he was.
I was gonna say from your lips to God's ears.
Hey!
I love that a lot. I wanted to hear more. I couldn't tell whether hoodectomy was really a procedure or if it was just a joke. So I would want to hear more about. I've never heard the term hoodectomy ever before in my whole life.
That's
It's
how
like
I felt about.
filleting the mignon.
That's how I felt about the Clitty Fairy. I feel like I wanted to know one or two things before you started hitting us with all those puns. You have so many good puns, but to those of us that don't have clits, just, walk us through it.
Dan barely has a penis, so.
I'm sorry, what was that? Okay. Did I hear a Clitty bit of a comment or? Wow, what have you done to me, Brooke? Great job, thank you.
Brooke, and she is right. My clit is tiny, so someday we'll. Oh God! All right. Yeah. I mean, look, it's not like penises though. There is no like good or bad size of clit. Like they're all good, right? We're not. But there are facts. Okay. Speaking of clits, I guess I don't know. There's another comedian coming up next. He was on sets in the city at City Winery that was run by Che, who's coming up in a minute, and his partner. And we're super excited to have him. Mike and I were in the same stand-up class taught by Che, and he's here, he's back. He loves Che and is here to support him and do some funny shit. So give it up for Mike Germano.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike Germano and I do cell phone tower construction for a living. It's one of the top 5 most dangerous jobs in the world. I mean, these people are basically risking their life just as some loser can send a dick pic. Besides that, it's just a regular job. My boss is an asshole, probably like your boss. The only difference there is my boss is also my dad. Yeah, which some people think sounds cool, but I think it sucks because now I can't even sleep my way to the top. Already But, my boss and I, we have a good relationship outside of work. Besides the fact that he likes to call me Fat Jesus. You'll get it. 1 sec. There you go. See now, yeah.
Woo!
So I get home from work, and be like, "Hey, Fat Jesus, you turning water into milkshakes today?" And I'm like, "You see any boys in my yard?" But, he doesn't get it because he's pretty old. It's not the first time I've been compared to a fictional character, though. I've also been called Fat Aquaman, Bearded Lady, and I used to get Fat Thor a lot till the last Avengers movie came out. Now people just call me Thor. I recently found out that my blood type's O positive, and that my dad's blood type is O negative. I mean, it figures you give round people round blood types, which isn't very fair because we also get the diabetes. My dad turned 60 last year. He's been smoking cigarettes since he's 12. He's not addicted. His favorite brand of smokes is Virginia Slims. I love telling people that because it makes him mad. It makes him mad because if you don't know, Virginia Slims is like a brand of cigarettes that, like, back in the day was really only smoked by, like, I think mostly women and elderly women and my dad. So I know 2020 has been a crazy year for everyone. It's a little crazier for me, though, because next month I'm actually getting married. Yeah, it's my first time. So my fiance and I are actually high school sweethearts. Well, more like she's a sweetheart, and I'm just the fat kid that likes the sweets. And we met because my brother dated her sister. And, of course, my brother and I do everything together, even sisters. So definitely excited to get married. I'm not gonna lie. I got this thought stuck in my head. Like, they say every girl looks for a guy that reminds them of their father. Well, everyone tells my fiance that her dad reminds them of Santa Claus. So I'm like, does my fiance have some kind of secret crush on Santa? Is she craving that old Saint Nick dick? Like, in order to seduce her, do I gotta put on a big red suit and jingle my jingle bells? Which would all make sense. The first time we had sex was actually on Christmas. Best gift ever. But I don't know if it's some weird fetish she has, like you only come when Santa comes. Like, like that's fucked up. We all know Santa only comes once a year. Kind of makes me wish I was Jewish, that way I get 8 crazy nights. But that's my time.
Yes. I'm writing down words at this point that I don't even know. I wrote down the words, am I going to have to leave out some milk for this pussy? I don't know. This is coming from a gay guy, so I have no idea what I'm writing. But that was great. I would say one thing I noticed right away, I would love to see you take your time. I kind of like missed your opener a little bit because it was so quick and then it was gone. So if you could just stretch a lot of those jokes out, slow them down, not stretch them out, but slow down your delivery. I think it would really sell it. I loved the stuff about working for your dad. I think that like the whole sleep your way to the top thing, you could even, instead of saying I even tried, you could even just say like, hey, it's going to be easier for me to sleep my way to the top. I know the guy, something like you can totally joke about having sex with your dad.
Having an easy dad.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah. I wanted to hear about who the HR department is here. Is that just your mom? I don't know. Like, I want to hear more about this family dynamic of you working. I thought that was really funny. I love the Virginia Slim stuff. Also, you said something really off. I don't know this seemed like a off the cuff comment, but you said I'm getting married. It's my first time, as if to imply that there might be other times that you plan on getting married. I think that maybe you could explore that. Be like, the first time, let's see how many times I do this. There could be some fun time, something to explore the option that it won't work. Isn't that fun, Alejandro?
I thought that the Santa Claus thing has a lot of legs. I think you went for. I'd like to see you go deeper on those punchlines for the Santa Claus things. You went for the Jingle Bells and the Saint Nick Dick, which is just. I think there's just more about Santa Claus. The list that he only comes once a year. Does your wife only want to see you once a year? There's more to explore as far as like your similarity to Santa Claus and why someone would want to marry Santa Claus. I think that's really interesting.
Definitely change it to Old Saint Dick, at least.
Old Saint Dick!
We definitely got to change it from Old Saint Nick Dick to just Old Saint Dick. And yeah, I agree. There's definitely more there. I loved the bit, especially about you, your girlfriend wanting to have sex on Christmas. There's comparisons you can draw there that would be fun. Good job.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Mike.
Woo-hoo!
And I actually was gonna say too, I love the bit when you kind of gloss over it real fast, but you said like, oh, like Jesus and other fictional characters. That's really funny too. You could definitely play with that. That was super
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, Mike, awesome job. So Chicago is representing tonight. If by representing we mean 2, but still 2 is a good number because we need more non-Philly representation on these shows, right? So up next we have a really, really awesome comic. Again, someone I met through a mic. I think it was on Brooke's mic originally. So thank you for connecting us. KJ Whitehead has performed at the International Lady Laughs Comedy Festival in Madison, Wisconsin, Pride Fest in Milwaukee, New York Black Comedy Festival in Portland, Charm City, which I was supposed to be in this year, but it got canceled. And also has a live album on Spotify called The Haggard Unicorn. She's super funny and very energetic, and I think it's a perfect point in the show to bring her up. So please give it up for the fabulous KJ Whitehead.
Hi everyone. It's great to see you. Where am I? Am I? Oh, the music. I don't want to talk over music, but that music was cool. Hi everyone. My name is KJ Whitehead and stuff. It's great to see you all. Oh, I'm coming all the way from Chicago, Illinois. I'm in one of those like awesome neighborhoods like Ravenswood. I'm in one of those neighborhoods where if you call the police, they don't shoot right away. So it's like I'm living among the whites right now. They don't know it just yet. This is fooling them. Erica, I know you said that you're a handsome girl, so am I. Just want to make that clear. We all know what gender reveal parties are. We've all heard of them. I'm a different kind of gender reveal party, so no. You're not sure what you got, but you know it's interesting. but as Christine mentioned, I do have an album called The Haggard Unicorn. I'm really proud of it. I put that out to celebrate 7 years of doing stand-up, and I was so excited. But still, the biggest thing that I love most about doing stand-up are just how many cishet men I piss off on a regular basis.
Woo!
It's just a regular thing. They're like, oh, KJ, you know what? You don't want to work with any guys. That's your problem. You know, you're so full of yourself. You got to put out your own album with your name on everything. You just got to do it yourself, don't you? And arguably, that is how the female orgasm works. I'm not saying that cis man can't get it done, but there's nothing wrong with a little vibrating courage. Furthermore, there are the cis men, or cis white men at that, who it's been a rumor that's gone around in Chicago for a while about me, and some other cities have performed in. But the rumor was that because I make jokes about racism at white people's expense, that I hate white people, which is true. But I mentioned this for two reasons. One is like, it's been going around about me for years. I'd be like, you know what, whatever, fuck it. The second point being is that the one thing I hate more than white people are white people who say that they hate other white people. It's like, I know none of you see color, but come on. Yeah, I thought you might notice that. And I know I don't have that much time. That actually is time. Thank you all so much.
Woo!
Yes. Woo! Oh my God, so funny. I loved it. I loved the gender reveal line. I feel like I want to watch more comics, especially trans comics, just go in on gender reveal parties. I think we're all at a time right now where we're like witnessing like the world burning because of gender reveal parties, and we're all just they're the dumbest things ever. So I was kind of hoping that you had even more tags, so if you can just really go in on them, I would love that. It was just really funny. I loved the thing about the rumor about hating white people. I love something when a comic is like, there's a rumor, and then they reveal it's true. So that was really funny. Yeah, great job, Alejandro.
I also really enjoyed I'm a different kind of gender reveal party. I thought that was a really great, concise line. I enjoyed that whole set. I wanted to hear more about the nice neighborhood and and the way that you qualify it being a nice neighborhood. Police don't shoot right away. I thought that was really a funny way to describe it, and I would want to hear more about how it's like kind of okay.
Yes, definitely. I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a truck outside of my house.
right on time.
Yeah.
Who needs the light? Yeah. Okay, that was amazing. Please give it up one more time for KJ. KJ and Erica used to perform together, I guess, and hopefully someday that will happen again in person, and I will be there because you are super funny. Chicago, Omaha road trip. I'm doing it. One more time. Let's clap it up for KJ.
Yes, KJ. Great job.
Thank you so much for coming. And I apologize. I got so excited to introduce KJ and perform with her tonight that I forgot the order and I forgot my own instructor. Sorry. I guess I'm not that much of a brown noser after all. So we're going to close it out with two pretty established and awesome comics who I love because they're also part of Off Mic Comedy School. They're both teaching 101. Jake's class is, I think, full, maybe one spot left, and we have a few left in Che's class, so get on it. And again, if you're interested on the stream, check for the promo code. If you're on the show, message me directly. We'll figure it out. So please give it up for my very beloved instructor and awesome comic who was able to join us tonight after work. Hi, Che. Give it up for Che Guerrero. Woo!
Hey. Thank you for having me. This is fun. Am I on? All right, cool. I guess I'll just, I'm out here doing this from my balcony. It's actually where I spend like 90% of my quarantine now is on my balcony. I don't like being inside. It feels too much like, and as a brown person, like I'm gonna be in a cage at some point. I want to spend as much time outside as possible. So that's how I live my life. I love being outside. Listen, when you hear like 40% of the people in jail are brown and like we make up 10%, I'm like, yo, at some point I'm gonna be in there. Like that's gonna be. I'm out here. I'm spending a lot of time in quarantine with my partner, my girlfriend, and while we're in quarantine, she was like, "Hey, you speak fluent Spanish. I want to learn some Spanish." So one day we were out here, and we saw a duck, and she goes, "Oh, how do you say duck in Spanish?" And I was like, "Oh, pato." And I was like, also, I hate to use that word because it's actually a derogatory term for gay men. I don't like saying that. She goes like, "Oh, that sucks." And she saw a bird, and she was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's pájaro." Which, you know what is also a derogatory term for gay men? That's when I realized that in the Spanish culture, that's how much machismo is all about being tough. And anything that flies, we're just like, yeah, gay. That's just gay. Like, what? It's beautiful. It's defying gravity. Why are you disrespecting it? Like, by that logic, why do Spanish dudes even take planes then? Why do we even do that? Like, why? I just picture like every old school Spanish dad is like, you call him and you'd be like, "Hey dad, you wanna fly out to see me?" And he's like, "¿Qué? Me on a plane?" Imagine what the guys would think if they think of me in the sky near clouds, putting nuts in my mouth. I know. I can listen. I don't know how San Francisco has changed you, okay? I don't know how the smoke over there is happening to your cabeza, pero mira, I'm gonna walk there like a man. I'll see you in 4 weeks. That's just how what I'll do. In teaching my partner Spanish, I also realized that like I took a lot of Spanish in America, even though I speak it fluently. Like I was raised in DR and I came here when I was 7. So they give you an option. I was like, I'm just going to take Spanish classes as an easy A. But looking back on it, I realized Americans really do teach every language in a very arrogant way. Because everything they taught was like, where is the bathroom? Where is the library? This is my wife, Karen. She wants to see your manager. Like all those phrases. They made sure that white kids knew how to say it. I never once had a test where I had to like I don't know, maybe once wouldn't you want to teach some white kids like, how is your economía? Is it tienen democracia? Like that's maybe something you might want to learn while you're on vacation, to get to know people. All right, that's it. That's the last thing I had. Thank you. That's me.
Oh, perfect. That was a great job. Give it up for Jay again. That was so funny. Awesome. Thank you for teaching me some new words to call Alejandro.
I hate them all.
Yeah, I was kind of running out, so that's good. That's good, Look at me. It's like Duolingo, but with hate. That was so funny. I loved it so much. I love your balcony. You should do all your sets from your balcony. I liked the thing about the balcony, the joke about spending as much time on your balcony because you might end up in a cage at some point. I thought that at maybe some point you were going to say, or were you talking about a cage? I thought that maybe you were talking about like jail or a cage. Or
Yeah. Anything. I'm brown and I'm kinky, so either way.
So I was like, is he gonna say something about like, listen, I'm gonna spend as much time on my balcony as I can now. I don't know what the balcony setup is like in jail. I don't know if you have to take turns or like.
Oh, Jael for us cultured people.
Yeah, when they're giving you a tour of a jail, are you like, do you get to say, I'm sorry, where's the balcony? So yeah, that was all. Just requesting a balcony in a cage or in jail is kind of a funny idea to me. Also, was it your dad that you were talking about who doesn't want to ride a plane because, who was that?
Oh, I just think any Spanish man would just like, since everything that flies is gay, like we just use it as a gay term. Like, mira ese flamingo, mira ese pájaro. I'm like, damn, that's really, why do we even take planes? It was just that concept of just old Spanish dads being like, I won't even fly near clouds. That just seems so gay to me.
It's so funny. I didn't know Alejandro had wings. So that was really funny. I would say the only thing you could maybe even add to that already great bit is like, I was kind of waiting to see if you were going to say the method that a straight macho guy would be willing to take is like, I'm not going to take a plane because it has wings. I'm going to ride a bull into Philadelphia or some shit. Like, I don't know. I don't know if there's some silly thing that you could think of that would be super macho.
Yeah, a lot more macho. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's just an idea for a tag. Alejandro, what do you got?
I'm gay.
Proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought the angle of things that fly are gay is hilarious. Because, and I'm thinking of mariposas, which people also refer to as gays. They really
Butterfly,
do.
yeah.
It's butterfly, right? Yeah. I've been called that a couple of times. Yeah.
And I told you, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's actually like a food co-op in Philadelphia, in West Philly. So somebody was like, Mariposa, and I was like, yeah, I've shopped there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. I like the idea of a bowl. Yeah. If you could come up with something outrageous, but maybe something that also like could have went, it would, I love that idea. That'd be super funny. Love the balcony as well. Sorry that you can't go inside, but I'm happy outside.
At least you're on a balcony and not like wherever Jake Mattera is. He's usually in a car.
I don't want to show up, but it's really nice. It's got a lot of plants and stuff. It's really beautiful. You guys are just seeing one crappy wall of it. I got a TV too. I can watch sports out here.
Oh
hell yeah.
It's a whole thing.
Well, now Dan can die happy.
Yeah. Knowing about Jay's balcony really just made my night.
And the sports part just really took it over the edge.
Yeah, I think I'll fly there.
It's like a hot air balloon.
Mariposa.
Yeah, let me just use my wings to get to Shay's balcony.
I love that image so much. Well, let's move from the land of winged creatures to someone who's hopefully on the ground. Last but not least, another Stand Up 101 instructor who hopefully is still there. Let's see if he is. And if he is, let's give it up for Jake Mattera, who's done everything everywhere. Jake, where are you?
Hi, my camera's been disabled. Help me. Help me.
Well,
the host won't let me start the video. Oh.
Let's see if we can get you up there, Jake.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my fault. I
God.
Not a heckler anymore. There
you are.
Turn it back off. Turn it back off, please. That looks better. Okay. Hi. I'm in a car. I'm at a farm. And I'm in the middle of a field.
Oh, Steve Swamp. That's who that was.
I feel like I'm an off-mic comedy correspondent who's always on the road. I'm on just recruitment missions, and I got nobody in the farm who wanted to sign up, but that's okay because I got some good slop, and I'm going home. I'm not driving right now. That would be very dangerous. But I don't know if you can see the stars are out. Nope, you can't see anything because it's a farm and it's very dark. Very dark. Okay. Anyway, here's my new joke.
I see one star, Jake. One star.
That was Mars. You were wrong. That was Mars.
That's actually the Yelp review for his car.
It is the Yelp review for my comedy right now. Let's see. Here's some stuff for you. Oh boy, hot off the presses. Quarantine. I'm a big tipper now because I don't know what to tip anybody, and everybody deserves a tip. Everybody. So I'm just going around like Lloyd Christmas and Dumb and Dumber and just giving everybody wads of cash. And I'm very broke. I need help. Please sign up for my 101 class. I need this to feed my family. These farms aren't paying the bills. I've never felt more at home, though, on this farm. I mean, right? Look at me. Yeah. Before this whole thing happened, I never knew, like, if you got takeout food, I never knew whether to tip or not. I don't. What did you before that? Like now, it's obviously yes. But what did you do before this? Because I never knew. I would walk up to the counter. I'd get like a pizza and I'd pick it up, and I'd like write in the thing, and I was like, all right, tip $1, and I would like slide it over and look at them for a reaction, and they wouldn't react, so I'd pull it back real quick and they'd be like, scratch it out, be like $2, slide it forward, and the next thing you know, I'm tipping 200% on a pizza that I'm delivering. It was okay. I know I deserve that. Let's sit in the silence, please. Listen, I had a good show tonight, and then I called into the Zoom show. And, listen, you can't win them all. And I don't think I've won a Zoom show yet. Now, if you excuse me, I have to be up in 2 hours to raise the hens and plow the fields of where I'm at. But I think, okay, one last new thing I'll do for you. And please, Alejandro, Dan, I need your feedback on this stuff. This is, you heard it. This needs a full-blown rewrite. We moved the couch in our living room to the basement, and I'm so excited because I'm like, oh, it's like the living room, but it's in my basement. And then I just realized that's what everybody does. That's it. When you get a new couch, you put the old one in the basement. And like, I feel like the couch is like an old major leaguer who had like an all-star career that got sent down to the minors. Because everybody in the basement is excited. Like the TV's like, oh, look who's on our team now. But that couch knows it's never getting called back up. So it's sad. Yes, you're right. You should probably all that rather than meet it with such silence. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Oh, boy. Anyway, what you're seeing is my before photo behind me. Or my after photo. Messed that up. Okay, time. Yes, thank you, Sam. I really thank you. You saved. I love you, Sam. You just timed. Thank you. God bless. Hey, I'm teaching a 101 class. Let's do it. Okay, bye.
Yeah, Jake is teaching a 101 class. We don't know where he's going to be teaching it from. Certainly not his house that none of us have ever seen him inside of. Every time. Hi to Steve Swan. I don't know if Steve can hear me. Steve Swan is very funny. We could see the top of his head. Yeah. Jake is. Hi, Steve Swan. Hi, Palm. Jake's Palm.
Okay. Sorry.
This is great. It's wonderful. So I love. I think you should definitely have Steve Swan behind you for all of the sets you do in the future. That would really add a nice compliment. I liked your furniture joke with a thing. Yeah, I see where you're going. There's something there where it's like usually the coach that gets like that is like kind of an old retired coach. It's usually they become like an alcoholic or something, right? It's usually like this old retired alcoholic coach, which is I don't know, like a couch that you put in the basement is usually just soaked in alcohol, and there might be something that you can do there, or you can just scrap the joke altogether. You can the thing with the tipping was really funny. I liked where you're writing a number down and then passing. I almost imagined you like negotiating a deal with someone where you're like, let me just write down a number that you might be comfortable with, and then you slide it across the desk. That's
nice, yeah.
I can tell that Steve definitely agrees with everything I'm saying, even though he can't hear me.
He cannot hear you at all.
Okay, which is great. So I would say probably just get Steve to probably write your jokes from now on.
Steve has been writing my jokes for the last 5 years.
All right, then you should kill him.
That's why we're in the farm.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you for taking time out of your busy life of other shows to be here.
It was my honor.
Yeah. Was it? It doesn't look like it. Alejandro, you got anything?
Here's the thing. Chekhov, I believe, Anton Chekhov said, if you introduce a gun in the first act, it has to go off in the third act. So if you introduce Steve Swan in the back seat in the first act, why are you not making out? It's like, well, we're all waiting for something to happen, and it didn't.
It's gonna happen. He can't hear you, and he's doing this. That's the amazing part. He has perfect comic timing. There are people in the car next to us.
I would say for some feedback for Steve, maybe
they're
try
knocking
actually
on the
imitating.
window.
Wait, we got to see where this
Thank you
goes.
so
What's
much.
happened? What happened? What's going on?
Thank you. Sorry, somebody was complimenting me on my show earlier. Hold on. Listen, just get a glowing review. Hey, so listen, I was on a Zoom show. You got your camera on. Can you tell these people who are listening that I was good? Her window's up. I think I'm scaring her now.
Listen, Jake Mattera's...
Hold on. Dan, this is important, okay? I need to get people to sign up for the class. Hey, hi, what's your name?
I'm Janice.
Hi, Janice. Were you just at my show?
I was. Awesome. It was hilarious. We had so much fun.
Would you say if I was teaching a comedy class, people should sign up?
Totally, 100% sign up. This guy's the man.
Oh, see that? Look at that. Thank you, guys.
That's amazing.
It's just a random car parked in a field.
Make sure to pay them.
Thanks for coming.
Those are Jake's parents and what was a very elaborate bit. Yeah, so Jake will be teaching a comedy class from the drive-through of an Arby's. So be sure to join in. Yeah, he's always somewhere, but he's never home. We don't know if you own couches. We're beginning to think you're homeless. In fact, we won't know until Sam Cap has sex with you. As a callback. Anyway, all right. Great job. Great set.
Thank you.
Woo! Give it up one more time for Jake Mattera and everyone in the second half. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Wow, that was amazing. Wow, I want to do that like every single show. I just want like immediate feedback from people on how to be better and how to punch up and how to continue to elevate. That was so amazing. If you all don't know, we have 2 stand-up 201 classes that are happening. Dan Vetrano is teaching on Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. beginning October 21st. We also have Latisse, who unfortunately couldn't make it with us tonight, teaching on Mondays from 7 to 9 p.m. starting on October 26th. Also, this is really, really, really important. Please share this with your friends. We have a freaking code. It's Philly, all caps, Philly10, right now for 10% off any of our classes. You can use it for Stand-Up 201, 101. Dan's also teaching crowd work. We have a producing and promoting workshop. There's so many different things that you can sign up for. 10% off, Philly10, all caps. It's also on our Facebook. This was amazing. Everyone, thank you all so much. One more round of applause for all of our performers, for Paul, for Christine, for all of you watching. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Night.
Night.
Night.